Huw Edwards arrived in court today wearing his wedding ring, but his 30-year marriage is said to be over after he admitted to unthinkable acts. The disgraced BBC News presenter pleaded guilty to 3 counts of making indecent images of children in July. The offenses, which took place between December 2020 and April 2022, relate to 377 images shared on a disturbing WhatsApp chat. Edwards faces charges of 7 Category A, the worst category, 12 Category B, and 22 Category C indecent images of children. Before Edwards' public mask finally slipped, he was a widely respected broadcaster known for presenting coverage of some of the most memorable events in recent history, including the death of Queen Elizabeth II. Away from the BBC studio, the 63-year-old gave the impression of being a devoted husband and father before his vile actions saw their family unit crumble. Edwards is said to have moved out of his family home and split from his wife Vicky Flind after he was charged with making indecent images of children. The couple share 5 grown-up children together. Here, the Mirror looks at Edwards' shattered marriage. Edwards, who resigned from the BBC in April, reportedly moved out of his family home in Dulwich, South London, soon after pleading guilty in court. It is believed he has moved to another property in the capital and has been splitting his time between there and his native Wales. The former couple have reportedly not yet divorced. A source told The Sun, "They separated quite a long time ago but have not announced it publicly. Huw has been living elsewhere for a while." Vicky also works in television and was previously the editor of the BBC's This Week before she moved to ITV's rival politics show Peston, while she also worked on Britain's next Prime Minister. The pair are said to have met when Huw was working as a BBC correspondent in Westminster and got engaged in 1993. It was Vicky who named Huw as the man at the center of the allegations last year in a statement issued on his behalf. She detailed his serious mental health issues and said, "I am doing this primarily out of concern for his mental well-being and to protect our children." Vicky said, "In light of the recent reporting regarding the BBC presenter, I am making this statement on behalf of my husband, Huw Edwards, after what have been 5 extremely difficult days for our family. I am doing this primarily out of concern for his mental well-being and to protect our children. Huw is suffering from serious mental health issues. As is well documented, he has been treated for severe depression in recent years." Edwards once spoke about his relationship with his kids and how he cracked the code of parenting with his 5th. He told The Guardian, "There's a principle that your youngest child gets a far better crack of the whip than your eldest. All your anxieties and inexperience and cluelessness as a parent are taken out on your eldest child. By the time you get to your youngest, in my case number 5, you're a brilliant parent. So if you could give a parent all the patience and knowledge that they would have with their 2nd or 3rd child or whatever to the 1st, that's the one piece of advice I'd give." He was passionate about teaching his children how to speak Welsh, despite his wife not speaking the language. He previously told Wales Online, "I was able to concentrate a lot of time on my eldest 2 children who have got a good level of understanding in Welsh, but the others less so. 3 of my sons are linguists, actually, and I've got a daughter who is a linguist. Their facility to speak, pronounce, and understand, it's quite good, but what you won't get is a fluent conversation. They talk frequently to my mum, who is back in Llanelli, and they are very aware of the heritage of my dad, and the fact he was such a big figure in Welsh language culture and are very proud of that." Edwards' father was a prominent Welsh nationalist and historian who passed away in 2010. Speaking about his turbulent relationship in a S4C documentary, Edwards said, "We weren't that close, to be honest. Not like me and Mam, because Dad wasn't that present when I was growing up. He could be quite sharp. I laugh when people tell me that Dad was full of humor and that he always had a smile on his face. I often think, what, do you live on the same planet as me? Yes, he could be very witty and he could laugh. He could be very sharp-tongued at times, and if you were on the receiving end of that, it wasn't very fun." Huw is a religious man and devoted Christian and has always gone to church weekly to practice his faith. He was previously the vice president of the National Churches Trust and told Sorted magazine last year that churches have a vital role to play in moments of national importance, bringing people together, providing quiet spaces for reflection and prayer, and places for communities to gather and share.